So in today's video, we're going to be learning how to connect Claude Code to anything. And I mean, you've heard about Claude or Claude Code by now. Where have you been? Literally, where have you been? All right, so let us get straight into the video. So yeah, I just have this to actually help us, really have a visual representation of what I'm trying to talk about. So yeah, so what is Claude Code? What is Claude Code? What's the rave about it? Claude Code is just Anthropic's AI coding assistant, right? But I think putting that as a coding assistant kind of just makes you fit it into a box, which you cannot size Claude Code into a box because it's a very very powerful tool, right? It's a very very powerful tool. I mean, you can just give it a try and understand what I'm talking about yourself. So yeah, it's an AI coding assistant, but like I said, it does much more than just coding, right? I mean, this whole thing was actually built by Claude Code. I didn't draft this myself. I didn't draw this myself. All of this that you're seeing right now, Claude Code, every single thing you're seeing on your screen, Claude Code did it for me. So you can see, right? So yeah, and how do you actually interact with Claude Code? So it has a terminal and IDE support. Now, again, don't worry about if you don't understand any of these things because I'm going to take you through each and every one of them in a way that you actually understand. Now, so they say that Claude Code is actually a command line assistant. Now, what is a command line interface? What is a graphic user interface? Now, a command line interface just means you're interacting with something via text, right? So that would be if you're using a Mac system now, that's your terminal. If you're using Windows, that would be something like a PowerShell. And to make this, sync well, let me open up so I'm using a Windows laptop, right? So let me open up my terminal. So on Windows, it is Windows PowerShell. So you can say I have mine here, Windows PowerShell. That is equivalent to what you have like your MacBook or your Linux is called terminal on those operating systems. So it's a command line interface because there are no buttons, there are no clicks. Unlike, say, for instance, your ChatGPT, right? So we're going into ChatGPT now. You will see that on ChatGPT, I have, these buttons I can click on. I have, these things that can just help me. So this is graphic, right? So this is called a graphic user interface. I have all these things. I can say, okay, this thing, I can click on it and, I can click on this and navigate my way. This is a graphic user interface, a GUI. Now, but a command line interface, I do not have all of this. All I have is just simply text to execute all my actions. So now you can see this is my command line interface for Windows, like I said. Now, for me to access Claude, and for me to access Claude, yeah, I just type in Claude because right, and you can see. So, as the same workspace, and if I just zoom in a bit, so it's asking if I trust this folder, right? That's my Claude folder, and you can see. Well, what you are seeing right now is that there's nothing like any button or any click I can or something I can actually click on. All I have is just text. Right, so if I want Claude to do anything for me, I mean, I'm going to interact with Claude just in this method. I can't click on any button at all. But I just click on enter now. Now you can see. So right now this is Claude Code. So you can see welcome back Damola. Voice no so I can try just type hello. And yeah, so you can use to generate a response. Hello, how can I help you today? And this is how to interact with Claude all through. So just a command line interface. And this is actually how Claude was actually generated. But of course, this is not very easy on the eyes, right? Especially if you are not familiar with interacting with things on a terminal. So that is why we have other, type of interface that can interact with Claude. The simplest is literally just you downloading the desktop app. So you can see here that I have, the Claude desktop app. And if I open that up, you can see, right, this is much more user friendly. All right, so by default, this is the chat mode, and I can switch to the co-work, and then for me to access Claude Code, this is what I have. This is where I have Claude Code. So you can see this is much more user friendly, right? I can see this is my chat interface. This is the model that is currently using. Now pay attention to this called something called select folder. Now, I mean, you're hearing even in the Cloud Code space, you're hearing things like project folder. What is a folder? What is a project? Because I mean, these things can get very, very or pretty confusing. Now, think of it like this. Now, I mean, Claude is of course is super intelligence, right? If I do say so myself. Now, it's something that can do very, very crazy things, very, very amazing things. Now, but then each time you're actually interacting with Claude Code, every new conversation starts with a fresh memory. That is how it works. Every new conversation starts a fresh memory. And that's going to be very frustrating, right? Because imagine in one instance that I'm trying to build two things. I'm trying to build a fintech app, and I'm trying to build, let's say, a food delivery app, right? I'm trying to build two different things at the same time. Now, if I open up my instance and I want to interact with Claude Code, now if I do not, create my Claude Code in a project, it means that every single time I'm interacting with Claude Code, I have to start that conversation afresh, right? Doesn't have any memory, right? Now that means, so right, if I'm talking, if I'm trying to build my fintech app in that kind of conversation, I'll be like, okay, see, I'm currently trying to build a fintech app. This is what my business is about. So tell me this and this and this and that, and you get. I have to always be reminding it, okay, this is what I'm trying to build. This is the context, and this is that, this is that, which can be very very frustrating. And then when I want to switch to my food delivery app now that I'm trying to build, I also need to now remind it again. Okay, see, this question I'm about to ask you is concerning my food delivery app. This is what I'm trying to build. This is what the company is about. These are the goals. These are the deliverables and things like that. So you can see that'll be very. It's not scalable, right? Because I have to always remind Claude Code what we are building. What is this? What is that one? Now, but what a project does is, when you open a project, when you open a folder, it saves all. So in a folder, you have files, right? So a file can be about, okay, this is what we're trying to do. This is who we're trying to do it for. This is a brief history of our background. And then when you run Claude code in that folder, right, that contains those files, Claude can access those files, right, to have a context of what it is going to do or who it should actually act as, right? So you have a folder that has different files, and now in that file now, Claude access to, as long as you put Claude into that folder, right, it has access to all the files in that folder. So if you have a file about, okay, the fintech company, what is their background, what the mission for the app is about, what are the target audience, every single thing into your past conversations and things like that, it's all contained in that folder. So once Claude has access to it, it has access to all those memory, all those context. So that is why it's asking for a folder. A folder enables you to actually, have a structure that Claude Code can actually follow. And that means I can create different folders for different, projects. I say, for instance, let me use myself as an example. I'm an AI and automation expert. I'm also a creator. So let's say I want to have AI and automation is one field. My creator journey is also another field. So if I want Claude to assist me in those two different regards, I can create a project for AI automation. I can create a project for a YouTube content creator, right? And then once Claude has access to those different folders, now I don't need to be reminding. I can just interact with Claude about my AI automation on this regard in this particular instance here, and I can also interact with Claude as a YouTube content creator to help me, right? So you can say I don't have to switch context, because as long as I just switch my folder, okay, in this particular folder, Claude is acting as someone helping me in my AI and automation journey, and in this other folder, Claude is helping me as someone probably making me a better YouTube creator. So that is what folders are, and I want to basically help you. So you can say I have a sample here is, you can see there's a Claude Code folder here, and I just created one recently. It's called the Jarvis folder. Right, so in the Claude Code folder, this contains information about different things. So you can see about 202 MB, and you can see in the folder I have let me just open it for you. So you can see I have all these things in the folder, right? So these are different informations that um that can enable Claude have a better context of what we're trying to do in this regard. And in the other folder now is something totally different, right? So this one now contains different things also. So I'll just mention that, and we'll probably see that as the video progresses. So this is one way you can actually interact with Claude Code, which is actually the fastest. But if you don't want this, and the other method, which is my own favorite, is to use an IDE. So that's something like a Visual Studio Code. So you can set up the Visual Studio Code here, and if I just open that up, so basically you just have to just download this, right? Just have to download this, and yeah, so this is actually how it looks. And now you can see open folder, open file, and all like that. Now the very first thing to do is you actually need to first download Claude. Okay, right now I have a Claude extension already, right? So this is your very first time. You come under extensions and just search for Claude Code, and then you want to look for the one that has, signed up by Anthropic, right? So you're not downloading something else. So you basically just download it. So mine has been installed. So once that has been installed, and so you are good to go in that regard. Now, okay. So how do I actually interact with Claude Code, right? So once you've installed, you can say I clicked on this. When I clicked on that, if I click on new session. Now what you can see here is, let me open up a file, right? So I click on open folder, sorry, folder. Now I want Claude Code to actually help me, as because this folder now is contains information about it's helping me in my YouTube content creation journey. So I select that folder and I open it. Alright, so you can see I'm currently on the Jarvis folder, and you can see all of this, right? I mean, that's probably I probably might do another video about I might do another separate video on how to do all of this. But yeah, all of these are literally just different files in my folder that has instructions on doing different things, right? And the most important file in your Claude folder or in any folder you actually create is a claude.md. So think of Claude.md as your system prompt, really. If you are familiar with AI and automation, building AI agents, you know that a system prompt, guides your AI agent in who it is, what it is, how it should act, what are the guardrails, what are the rules, what are the do's and don'ts. That's something like this. So, like I said, this is my Jarvis folder. Just contains information about Claude Code helping me in my YouTube content creation journey. So my Claude.md file is just a system prompt that enables Claude to know, okay, who it is acting at in this particular context, right? It's going to help me it's going to help me by acting as an assistant to probably give me recommendations, probably help me analyze my YouTube page to see what I'm doing right, what I'm not doing well, what I need to improve upon, and things like that. So I hope that was clear. And if that's still not clear, just can drop a question in the comment section. I'm going to answer whatever questions you have. So now, how do I actually connect Cloud Code to anything? Right? How do I connect Cloud Code to anything? So if we go back here, basically you need to get a subscription, right? Because Cloud Code is not available on the free plan. So you can either get the Pro subscription or the Cloud Max subscription. I'm currently on the Pro subscription, and so far so good, right? And probably because I've not been an heavy user yet, but a Cloud Pro subscription at least gets you going. So you can say minimum of a Pro subscription is actually required. And now to access Claude Code, I've already, literally explained that use a desktop app, use Visual Studio Code. You can also use Anti-Gravity. That's Google's agentic tool also. And I've also explained projects, right? How projects help you to organize your work, how they help you in context switching and things like that. And so how do you connect, Claude to anything? I've told you, you need a Claude Pro subscription that gives access to Claude Code. And then you need two other things. You need your n8n URL and your n8n API key. Now, of course, how do you get to n8n URL? Right, if you're just going to your n8n instance, whether you are on anything you're on, right, so that is the self-hosted, the cloud version, and everything from here, right, before this forward slash is my URL. So I copy that, right, I copy that, and then let me give it an instruction. Hello, Claude. So I need you to actually help me connect to n8n. That's n as in nothing, then it as in the figure, then n. And then if I shoot that off, oh sorry. Okay, so I need you to actually help me connect to n8n. I need you to help me connect to it via the API. So API is actually the fastest, right? So if some say MCP, yeah, those are actually viable options too. But I mean the API was just very, very fast for me, and I like that. So he's asking me these questions: what's my n8n instance? Is this hosted? And then do you already have an API key? I actually do have it already. So I'm going to provide you my URL and my API key now. Yeah, and using the voice command just helps me. It's faster, right? Typing is much more slow for me. All right, so to give you my URL, of course, I already copied my URL, and okay, so this is my URL, and then my API key. Now I'm not going to be showing my API key, but basically, to use an API key, you just come back to your n8n. You're going to come under settings. right? So under settings, you can see n8n API, and you basically, I mean, I've already created mine. So just create an API key and then you copy it. And once you copy your API key, you come back to, Claude and then you paste your API key. And literally, you just follow the prompt. It handles every other thing for you. And just like that, you can connect, you've already connected your n8n into Claude Code. All right. So once that has been connected now, usually you can ask Claude Code to help you build something on n8n and it handles that without you touching anything. Right. My previous video that I showed you, I had anything workflow that Claude Code actually created for me. I did not do anything on anything at all. So yeah, it's as simple as that. Just give it your API key and just follow the prompt that it tells you. So you might ask you, okay, do this, do that, and it's very, very easy. Within 5 minutes, you have done setting it up. So yeah, I hope this video was at least you understand a bit of what Claude Code is about and what some terminologies are. A command line interface, graphic user interface, what projects are and the importance of projects, how to actually interact with Claude Code and how to connect it to anything. So yeah, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share to someone that might benefit from something like this, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.